back on the On Your Mark show on 105.4 RPWP, thepulseradio.com. This is the Texas Ice segment of the show. If you don't know about Texas Ice, we had Coach Duffy, who's over the program, 707 program, that he started a few years ago. It was the Goon Squad, now it's Texas Ice. Also, with Top Texas Prospect Show, which is the other show where we try to spotlight prospects as well. We're teaming up with Texas Ice this spring to work hand in hand with those guys on 707, man. I will be coming around, myself and my guy Matt Davidson, once he comes back in the scene. We'll be coming around and we'll be spotlighting these guys and their prospects and the teams going all the way down to, I think, 12U, 14U, 16U, and 2 18Us. Today we have the 14U and Coach Lewis, Kevin Sperry, and Kane Bolt. Quarterback and receiver, winning touchdown is all I got to say at Pylon this week at A1D1 in Carrollton. Those guys took care of business. They're our special guests here on the 707 Texas Ice Spotlight. Coach Lewis, come on in. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. So let's talk about the team this week, man. This was a very tough – there's a lot of good competition, a lot of tough teams out there this week. This is the second straight week of having a tournament. You started a champion 7v7 in the D last week. A very good showing last week. This week you got the dub. What was the mindset of the team going into this week?
Well, our mindset was, always get better. So, yeah, we came up short last weekend at that Triple D. And I told the guys, I was like, there's some good teams in Pylon, and nothing's going to be given. So, whatever, however we did last week, let's do better than, what we did. So, they did it, and, everybody knows the bootleggers. So, I told them before the game, I was like, this is the team we probably will face in the championship. So, let's play them how we want them to play them in the championship. So, that's what I told them before the start of the tournament.
Most definitely. Now, 707 is a big thing now all over the country, especially here in this area, Coach. What are these guys working on specifically on the offensive side? We got two offensive guys here with Texas Ice.
Yeah, so we want our kids to work on repetition. So, whatever they don't do in school, I know some schools are based on the running game or whatever it is. So if they don't get that extra work at their school, they could do it over the summer and the spring with us and, showcase to the world, because there's people like you that, have a lot of followers and like people can know, we didn't know he could do this. So now they're seeing it. So, there's always something new with kids, like, that to show their talent. That's the thing that we tell most of the time to the kids. Like, if people don't see it while you're in the season, they're going to see it right now because, it's 7-on-7. It's a little harder because, for a quarterback, you have 4 seconds, first of all, and you got to make the right read. And a receiver, you got to go out there and be that dog, you got to embarrass the guy in front of you, That's what I tell most of my kids whenever, we're out there.
Most definitely. And Texas Ice is on the come up. You guys have been one of the top organizations in the state for a few years, even going back to the Goon Squad days. Now, Coach, We got two of your offensive guys, Kane Bolt, Kevin Sperry. Now, we'll start with the QB first since you're the catalyst. You're the guy that touches the ball every play. Come on in, Kevin, and tell us about throwing a winning touchdown. Talk about it just a little bit.
Well, we just knew we had to get it. Last tournament we came short. We left it up to the refs. We know we couldn't do that this tournament. So we took care of business and we did what we had to do.
Now, what was that feeling like? Because you see this on television. You see the Patrick Mahomeses, the Tom Brady. That's the matchup we got in the Super Bowl this week. But you see these type of throws and this type of excitement all the time. You're very young in your career, class of 2025, but you're about to head to high school. And this is the platform that you're on right now. And you were successful. Talk about that feeling just a little bit.
Well, my feeling, I was very excited. The whole team was excited. And I see this opportunity, to show the high school coaches at Rock Hill, what's coming next year. So they know, that I'm ready to compete for next year. And I'm looking to take the varsity position next year as a freshman.
Well, you're well on your way with a big time pass, and that shows that you have the guts, the moxie, the swag to get it done in crunch time, and that's what it's all about with 7-on-7. It's fast paced, like Coach Lewis said. You only got 4 seconds to get rid of it. You got to make a play right then. Now, Kane Boat, Gunner High School is where he's going to be going here in the future. He's also in the class of 2025. Talk about what you had to do on that play to make that catch.
So one of my buddies, Mitchell Gage, he started off, so we had probably 35, 40 seconds coming down the field on our last drive. And Kevin threw like a 30, 35-yard pass all the way down the field. He had a great catch. And then by then there was max 10 seconds left on the clock. And we just got on the line. Everyone just ran. I mean, it's like school. Like when you're messing around out, when we were 5th graders just playing around outside, running whatever else we wanted to. And we just ran whatever, and it ended up working for us.
Most definitely, man. And congratulations on the dub. Pylon champions in A1D1 in Carrollton this weekend. Texas Ice 14U. These guys, class of 2025, they're on their way. Now, last question for both of you guys. I'll start with Kevin. What are you, and most important, to work on? What do you want coaches to see? You already mentioned the coaches at Rock Hill got an eye on you. You want to prove that you're the man coming in as a freshman. How important is the season with Texas Ice going to be for you? And then Kane, the same question.
Well, I want to work on my drops, my timing, get into different routes. And I also want to work on different reads, make sure I can identify different coverages and find the routes that work before the snap, and then see post-snap what I could have done better.
And Kane, come on in. What are you working on here with Texas Ice also in the spring?
So back home in Gunner, I mean, it's a big time. I mean, our run game is our entire offense. I mean, anyone can really shut down the run. I mean, that's all the teams that we compete with. The good teams that we play, they can shut down a run. So we got to start throwing the ball. And at home, since we run a lot, we don't get a lot of looks at wide receiver. But this Texas Ice has helped me work on my skills, get better at my hands, my route running, cleaning all that up, and just getting more exposure. And then it's helping me in the long run in Gunner because we got more QBs coming up. I'll be able to throw the ball real good, and we'll be able to build a good team.
Most definitely. This is the Texas Ice Spotlight here on the On Your Mark Show, 105.4 RPWP, the So Icy Boys. It's not easy being icy, man, and I appreciate Coach Duffy for letting me get a chance to work and be around you guys. Coach Lewis, any final thoughts on these guys this week and what's headed in the next couple of weeks?
No, man, we just ready for the next one. And I mean, we got more than 2 special guys, so it takes the whole team, not just them 2, but they balled out this weekend, and that's why I chose them. But, everybody's special on that team, from the first guy to the last guy. So that's all that matters, and, that's what it's going to take for us to win.
No doubt. And now, Coach, you don't have to worry about it. We're going to be featuring every one of those guys. We'll be moving around through each level, man. And, Texas Ice, Top Texas Prospects, and On Your Mark Show, we're going to be working together through the spring to get you guys what you deserve. I mean, it's not easy being icy, like I said. Shout out to Coach Duffy. Shout out to Coach Lewis for giving us this time on the On Your Mark Show. And you can also follow us on Twitter at On The Mark Sports at Markin44. This will also be on the YouTube channel on the On Your Mark Show for you guys going out through the spring, man. Again, appreciate you joining us here. We'll take a small break, and we'll be right back here on Your Mark Show.